pushing for it, looking at PvE, I hope Bungie continues telling the story how they did it in this opener, you know, with a lot of booms and pows and surprise if you haven't seen it before. But at the same time, I would love them to continue doing all their campaign / story missions to a point that, you know, it's appealing to a person that loves story. Now, the strike mission, I can say, was totally different than any other strike mission I have ever played on Destiny 1. This thing was completely different, and I love completely different because it's a whole different experience. It's just not, you know, you stuck in one room and doing whatever and getting your behind whipped by one boss, or you just gonna sit there and, you know, do whatever. But the one thing I can say that when playing this, and I'm hoping they do overall, and they have addressed it, that they will change, you know, the strikes and overall the PvE aspect of this game, that I hope that the enemies are a little bit less tanky, because I mean, even red health enemies felt tanky, and that would be in, for example, for that scout rifle, you know, that I was saying before, does not compute. It just did not feel right. So I am going to say for PvE overall that I hope that they do fix it, you know, to a point that I feel as though that I can be able to play to myself. Because even when I was playing this one strike mission, I said to myself, this does not feel to be able to be done by yourself if this is a Nightfall. Because I'm like, I love playing Nightfalls. I've played Nightfalls in Destiny 1. Right now I'm not playing it, but at the same time I love doing solo Nightfalls because you know, it's a little bit of a challenge. I'm not a raid man myself, but I damn near do love doing, you know, in-game challenges of playing Nightfalls by myself if there's nobody on, because who's going to be sitting there waiting for anything? But that's why guided games, which have not been introduced into this beta but has been introduced in the full game, will be a thing to do. So as Bungie's going to fix PvE, I hope they do. Right now I'm going to leave this subject alone. Finally, looking at PvP as a whole, I can say it felt fan-freaking-tastic. That is one thing why I can say that it felt fantastic, was because it felt very balanced. I mean, I enjoyed the gunplay, you know, because I love gunplay, but at the same time, I like to outsmart my opponents, but at the same time, be able to get up close and mess them up. That was like the only one thing I had for PvP, with that melee and the grenades. But overall, the gunplay was awesome. That was the only thing I can say that felt truly balanced. So including with the supers, they weren't as frequent, but at the same time, you were really depending on your gun skill, which is for any gun game you really want to be able to depend on. And throughout this video, I know that I made a lot of pokes and, you know, pushing in saying, yeah, PvP this, PvP that as a reference. But right now, I can only say this is a beta, but at the same time, I feel as though if majority of the stuff that I've seen today or throughout that week of the beta, I can say that if it continues to be brought into the full game, I am all for it. And one thing I would like to address about PvP is just the time to kill. The one thing I found, though, that the time to kill compared to Destiny 1, it was a lot harder to kill people in PvP. So the one thing I've heard people complain, say that, oh, you know, that it's not a team shot game. This game is a team shot game, because I would put myself in scenarios where I would be able to kill myself 2 people, mess them up to a point where their red health past their own shield. So I've already knocked off more than 100%. No, I've knocked off more than 100 points off their life. They're down into like half of their red bar, or a little bit more than that, whatever. But at the same time, if you were dealing with 2 people with red bars, they could take you down quicker than you could take them down with 1 red bar, you know, with a full bar to yourself. So I don't know. Like I said, I can tell you, like, even because I did a lot of solo queuing, for doing a lot of solo queuing, I can tell you I had to literally retreat because of the team shot, the fear of team shot. I mean, I understand, you know, you want to be behind your team, but sometimes your team is just a little too incompetent to know how to play the game. So to find yourself in a scenario that you know for a fact that you're by yourself and you don't have somebody backing you up, and they have more than one person taking you on, you are not going to win that game. You're not going to win that fight. It's just, there's no way. Destiny 1, you probably could do a 2v1, but 2v1s in this, I can already tell you, that is tough. And if you're not, like I said, just on just pure gun skill, you're not going to be able to do a lot. Even with grenades, like I said, grenades just did not do enough damage. I just felt as though that if even with a grenade being thrown into the mix, you might not still be able to knock somebody down, 2 people down, with just, you know, gun skill. And even with the one given example I'm gonna just show right now, that you see that the kill time on just 2 people shooting 1 person is completely just wiping these people up. I mean, and this is just a small example. And this is just with auto rifles, 2 auto rifles shooting at 1 person. Well, 2 people right there. But at the same time, like I said, that it just shows you that team shot is very prominent in this game. They're pushing a lot more teamwork, team orientation in this game. I can already tell you, even when the first day I played this, I can say team shot all day. And this is even before I seen any reviews or anybody giving a preview to this game. I can say I did not want to put myself into a situation because I was unable to take on, not even with powers, just take on 2 individuals who at least had a half decent shot. But the only thing I can say for me, you know, if one of my favorite previous videos on how to survive and the unspoken rule of survival is to run like a bitch. So, and I'm gonna tell you that that's probably the only thing when dealing with just 1 person, that you allow yourself to be able to see that, okay, I'm not gonna win this fight. If you're quick on your feet, you're out of there. Had this been Destiny 1 and like the last word era, you're not surviving anything. You're not running nowhere. Thorn, when they was prominent, you couldn't run anywhere. But this right here, by itself right now, with what we've seen for the small weapons that they did give us, you have an opportunity to run as long as you know that you're at a disadvantage. So overall, I can say that I did enjoy playing the beta, even though it did lack a lot of content. I mean, but I did say they did give us a good idea to what to expect for the full game. I am truly, like I said, I am hoping for the improvements on the PvE aspect of the game, and like I said, in certain aspects other and throughout that overall game itself. Pretty much hopefully you're able to watch this and completely, you know I started rambling at the end because I am very passionate about PvP and somewhat about my PvE. So, but at the same time, hopefully I was able to entertain you if you were able to watch this all the way through. Still, thank you once again. My name is The Unknown Man, and once again, I can say once again, Black Man out. Peace. Oh damn, I lied. I'm back. But if you missed out on any of the 2 videos that I've already posted for the late ass review for the Destiny 2 beta, then go over and head up to either part 1 or part 2 if you have not seen them. But if you have watched all 3 videos, thank you for watching. Also, if you want to see more of my content, then subscribe. And I'm going to just say, either press the bell icon or poke me on my belly. I tell you, I promise it won't tickle me. Woohoo! Thank you for watching. I have been The Unknown Man. Black Man out.